Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for your interest following my email yesterday. What I wanted to do was just quickly run you through some of the things that I saw yesterday when I was doing my analysis of your industry and how you and your competitors were performing in Google search results, and just identify some of the opportunities that I see, just to give you an indication about how it all works and how I can help you. First of all, what I wanted to show you is a tool that I use for search engine optimization analysis, where I can see how many pages, this is the figure that I'm showing you here, how many pages Google has ranked on your website and how many backlinks are coming into your website. So a link from another website to yours. And these are a couple of the really critical things that help a website perform well from a search engine optimization point of view. So just remember that. I'll come back to it in just a moment, but I wanted to firstly touch on the Google Maps opportunity that I identified in my email to you, because I think that's a really, really big opportunity to get some great results without a lot of work, really. So if I have a look at that search that I performed yesterday and I look, what we want to do is look at how a consumer would be searching. So the kinds of terminology and language or keywords, if you like, that they use, and also how that relates to a particular area that they're searching in. So we look at the keywords and we look at the location. So in this case, will preparation on the northern beaches. Now this first result is first organic listing. So that's highly relevant. They're doing a good job. They're number one. Normally there'd be a Google ad there, but in this case it's an organic listing. But typically what people would do, they would skip the ad, they would come down here and they would see these three initial results that are in the map pack. Now, as I said in my email, they're not relevant to the search, which is going to be frustrating for the consumer, but it's a great opportunity for a business to jump in there. Now, if you click on one of those, what you'll see is like a small website, I guess, that is housed in Google. So here, there's a bit of information about the business, how to contact them, and this is not a very deep listing. Now, typically they'll have photos, they'll have posts, they'll have lots of content, and they don't. But they're still ranked number one, which is where I think that there's such a great opportunity, because your keywords will be more relevant. We can make your post deeper, more interesting, and we can get you up into that number one position, I believe, without too much trouble. So that really is a fantastic place to start. And again, such a fantastic opportunity. And the next thing that I looked at is the organic listings that follow. So you remember there was one at the top here. So that's not paid for, that's organic or search engine optimized. This second one is actually a directory. So from a consumer point of view, they're unlikely to click on that because they don't want to have to take another step before they can find a good recommended practice to do their will. So then we can see this Avalon Law, Cutter O'Neill. So these sites are actually performing quite well from a search optimization point of view. So I'll come back to that in a second. I wanted to show you another tool that I use where I do my analysis of a website, again, from a search optimization point of view. This is called Majestic, and Majestic looks at three core things at a very top line level. We look at trust flow, which is essentially the quality of the links that are directing traffic into your website. Are they trusted? Are they quality? The second is topical trust flow, which is where we look at the actual content or the information that is related to those links as it comes through into your website. So is it relevant to the nature of your business? And the third is citation flow, which is the volume of links coming in. But citations are also, they don't necessarily need to be a link. They could also just be a mention of your business or a mention of your website. So there's a few key things to remember when we go through your competitors. So I pulled up the other players in your space that were in Peninsula Living to have a look and see what they were doing. So here you can see Smallwoods has 55 pages linked in Google, which is good. So they've got a lot of good content. Well, it doesn't mean it's good, but they've got a lot of content there that Google has found, which means that when people are searching for various keywords, they're more likely to rank. So that's important. They also have 20 backlinks coming into their site, which again is really good. Now, if I look at their site in Majestic, they've got a good trust flow, really good, really high quality. It's also very topical, so it's bang on society law. And their citation flow is also okay. Normally you'd see citation flow as higher than trust flow. In this example, it's not because they don't have enough of the volume coming in, but their trust is very good. So they're doing a good job. If we have a look at Northern Beaches Lawyers, they've got a lot of pages ranking here. So they've got a lot of content that Google has found. They've only got 8 backlinks. So they're not doing as well as Smallwoods, but still, you know, they have some links coming in. And their trust flow is okay, their citation flow is good. So they've got an opportunity really to improve, but they're still not doing too bad a job. And the topical trust flow is right as well. If I then have a look at Carter O'Neill, what I can see is they've got nearly 100 pages ranking, no backlinks coming in. Now, there are some other factors that play here, such as the age of the site. So Smallwoods has been around for quite a long time, you know, nearly 14 years, where the others are a little younger. So this is coming up to 10 years. This is coming up to, 2 and a bit. So it's a relatively new site. But they're actually still doing quite well. If we come back here, you'll see that for this particular search, they're coming up as number 4. And I think if we look at Carter O'Neill, there's actually a really good opportunity because they're not backlinking. Their site statistics are not great in Majestic either, but they're still ranking quite high. So I think in this particular niche or category on the Northern Beaches, there's a real opportunity to leapfrog the existing competitors and do a better job. So the first thing that I would do would be to build out a Google Maps profile here for you for particular and relevant keywords to your business. That's a really easy, quick win. It's not instantaneous, so it takes about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks for Google to register that listing, to accreditate you, to, you know, and to rank you in that spot. And that's with search engine optimization generally. It's not immediate, but the work that we do to build your profile is absolutely going to create value for you, because you won't have to rely on paid advertising when your site is actually going to be doing the hard work, because we're building its credentials, we're building its trust and its credibility. With your site as a whole, just a couple of quick things that I think are small changes that are big wins. Adding more content. So normally we would say a website should have at least 4,000 words of copy. So if we could turn these into service pages, so tell us more about business law and what you do. Tell us more about deceased estates and the services that you provide. All of these additional pages and bits of content will mean that you've got more pages ranking and you're more likely to appear in organic search for the keywords that are relevant. So that's a really big one. We also need to improve your backlinks because there's currently none there. It's not finding any. So we need to boost that so that organically people will find your search and you're not having to rely on paid advertising, which I think is, you know, it would much rather invest money in something that will build and grow over time so that you can ultimately, you know, decrease your spend, but you'll have a really strong profile. That's the thing that is really critical. So getting trust, having quality links, having relevant links, and also having a good volume that beats your competitors so that you will start to appear over them. So they're the sort of big opportunities that I see that it's a prime industry space, I think, to get some really good wins in not too long a period of time. The other thing that I just wanted to mention with your site is that I feel like we can drive great qualified traffic there, but it's quite hard other than the sort of number at the top and the little links throughout the site. I would really recommend having an inquiry form more prominently placed throughout the site. And I do say typically that actually I would suggest having an inquiry form on every page, because I think that can make a really big difference. Potentially also, rather than having this as a portal, actually incorporating it into the site, because you lose a bit of the credibility by having this sort of microsite, I suppose. And now I understand that there's probably some specific information that your clients have in here, so that may not be possible, but a lot of this information could be generically available. So adding it to your main site, I think would add a lot of value. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, I suppose. I just wanted to, touch on the things that I had seen to give you a quick overview. I think the next step would be that we have a conversation if you're interested, so that I can take you through exactly how it works. But I did promise to show you some prices, so I wanted to just show you the types of offerings I do. It's always on a monthly basis because, as I said, search engine optimization doesn't happen overnight. It is a slightly slower build, so it does need to be ongoing. So all of my packages are monthly with a minimum commitment of 3 months so that we can actually start to see some results. The first opportunity is focusing purely on the maps. So doing all of the upfront keyword and competitor research, and that would be ongoing throughout the course of the campaign. Building and managing your map listing and having at least 2 content posts every week. So there's really rich information and keywords being posted there for the consumer, but also Google loves that. That's $350 a month. The second option is having that plus the additional search engine optimization work. So 50 citations or site mentions at launch will be rolled out over a period of about 4 to 6 weeks. That will dramatically improve your organic listings. We'll also add 5 fresh backlistings or backlinks every month, and also rent some really, really influential site links, which basically means finding sites in your category that are very high on the topical, on the trust flow and also on the citation flow, but relevant from a topical point of view, so that we can really quickly and powerfully boost you in organic ranking. So that, I think, at $600 a month is a gold mine. I think it will dramatically increase your value and your leads coming into your business. Additionally, I can also create content for your website, provide an advisory service on the changes that you can make within your site, social media content, and also I can manage Google ads for you if you're interested. The media spend is on top of that, but we can kick you off with a $100 coupon, so that if you are interested in trying that and generating more leads, then you can. But definitely at a minimum, if you can, I would suggest number 2 is an ideal opportunity to get you listed in maps and to get you ranking organically in search. So that's what I have for you today. I'd really love to talk to you more. I think this is a golden opportunity. I'd like to work with you because I feel like you've got the most opportunity to win. That is something that really appeals to me, to really help you beat your competitors. So love to hear from you. Let me know if we can catch up for a coffee or a quick chat over the phone to discuss next steps. Thank you so much for your time.